What's up, everybody? It's your boy Coco Bush, and today they released the new patch. It's really long. I kind of just skimmed through it, but if you wanted to, you guys could read through everything yourselves. I skipped straight to the balance updates because that's kind of what I was looking forward to in this. So just real quickly, looks like, and I'm not going to go through every single one, guys. This is really long, but so it looks like monsters are getting increased HP scaling from 85% to now 100% bonus per extra player in party. Let's see. Miscellaneous, adjusted the scaling of the Greed Shrine to improve the effectiveness throughout the game. World bosses now drop potions more often. Okay, that's cool. There is no longer a limit to how many materials you can refine into higher materials at once. Thank God. Thank God I don't have to do 20 at a time anymore. 20 leather at a time. Are you kidding me? So I'm glad they're fixing that. Let's see here. Developers note many affixes are too efficient and are outshining the alternatives. Yeah, I would agree. We're looking to refine the outliers, improve the number of meaningful choices on competitive slots, and increase the overall flexibility of the items. We know these changes will reduce the total amount of possible power a character can possess, so we'll be monitoring how these changes affect players' ability to conquer expected milestones throughout the season. Alright, that's interesting. I actually didn't see that one coming. So we got controlled impaired duration reduction can now appear on pants. Barrier generation can now appear for all classes. It will also begin dropping later in the game. Alright. Lucky hit chance while you have a barrier. Okay, let's see this one. Can now appear for all classes. Reduced by 12% when on a helm and 20% on an amulet or offhand. So there was this one build for Necromancer. I don't remember which build it was, and it all focused around lucky hit chance, and they were saying you needed to make a sorcerer as like your mule character to kind of roll for this exact one right here, lucky hit chance while you have a barrier. So I guess you no longer have to do that. It's not just sorcerers. So anyone can use this, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me. Mastery skill damage newly added. Can appear on sorcerer weapons. Scales identically to core skill damage. Alright. Resist to all elements can now appear on shields. Okay. Developers note the core stat bonus on weapons has been overperforming, so we're pulling back on this bonus. So strength 50% stronger when on weapons and it is now 25. So basically all these 50% stronger when on weapons is now getting reduced to 25%. Cooldown reduction. Affix often felt mandatory due to the raw power. We imagine CDR will remain a highly desirable stat, but the penalty for not prioritizing it won't be as harsh. So CDR reduced by 30%. Imbuement skill cooldown reduction reduced by 30%. Trap skill cooldown reduced by 30%. So for all those rogues out there you go. Get some CDR. Alright, we're seeing critical strike damage and vulnerable damage often viewed as a hard requirement for a build success in Diablo 4. We believe this is a step towards allowing more builds to flourish and will continue to make changes in support of this goal. Critical strike damage reduced by 17%. Lightning critical strike damage reduced by 17%. Critical strike damage with bone, earth, and buted werewolf skills reduced by 17%. And oh shit, here's the kicker. Vulnerable damage reduced by 40%. You know, I hope they buff everything else though, man. Come on. Disparities inherent affixes can rule some weapons out before the rest of the stats are even rolled. These are receiving harsher reductions than their normal affix counterparts to reduce weapon flexibility. So critical strike damage inherent on swords reduced by 50. Vulnerable damage inherent on crossbows reduced by 65%. Oh my goodness. Damage bonus to crowd control enemies was overperforming. Okay. Damage to crowd control enemy decreased by 30%. Damage to frozen enemies increased by 20%. So we got crowd control decrease, frozen increase. Interesting. Okay. So it looks like this is the list of buffs coming in. Let's see what the developer's note here is. We have seen that skillful players are frequently slaughtering monsters on many levels above their own. We want to support this, but the current situation is beyond what we believe is correct for the long-term health of the game. To chase this goal, we're shifting power to many offensive affixes from defense affixes. We know this will make our endgame content more deadly, particularly for those chasing our pinnacle boss. Yeah, she's a pain in the ass. An encounter not meant for the faint of heart. Overcoming the pinnacle boss, who will take every ounce of grit you can muster and all tools at your disposal. We will continue to evaluate feedback from our community and make changes to our combat mechanics. Well, we definitely didn't ask for fucking reduce the vulnerable damage by like 40%, but I didn't get to the good part yet. So physical damage increased by 25%. Fire damage, cold damage, lightning damage, poison, shadow, non-physical. So all those that I just listed off is increased by 25%. We got physical damage over time, fire damage over time, shadow damage over time increased by 40%. And damage with two-handed bludgeoning weapons, slashing weapons, dual-wielded weapons, ranged weapons, skills that swap to new weapons. So I think that's for the rogue or barb. I don't know. Damage while in human form, damage while shapeshifted, bone skill damage, blood skill damage. So all those that I just listed off increased by 25%. These next three: brawling skill damage, companion skill damage, conjuration skill damage, all increased by 33%. Cutthroat skill damage, darkness, earth, frost, imbued increased by 25. I'm sorry, yeah, imbued skill damage, and then imbuement skill damage increased by 33%. Let's see, marksman, pyromancy, shock, storm, summoning skill, all increased by 25%. Trap skill damage increased by 33%. That's going to be badass. Weapon mastery skill damage increased by 33%. Werebear and werewolf increased by 25%. Now your total armor reduced by 30%. Reduced by 30%. Man, that's gonna suck. Alright, attack speed for 4 seconds after dodging an attack increased by 20%. Let's see. So, like, even right here, total armor while in werebear and werewolf form reduced by 25%. Oh, man. So, all these damage reductions, right? So, damage reduction from close, distant, bleeding, burning, poison, affected, shadow damage over time. All that reduced by... Well, so close and distant enemies reduced by 20%, and then the rest that I was listing off, bleeding, burning, poison, shadow damage over time, and damage reduction while fortified, all reduced by 25%. Oh my gosh, the camera's all off. All right, whatever. But anyways, guys, this was towards the end of these patch notes here, the balance part. They were probably saving the best for last year, so let me know what you guys think. I'm not sure. I guess we'll just have to wait till we see how it actually performs in season 1. I mean, on paper, I think it looks. I think it looks balanced in terms of the damage, but I'm kind of curious to see, like, they're reducing a lot of the armor stuff, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I feel like it's already easy to die in this game as it is. So, like I said, guys, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching this video. Make sure to check out the full patch notes for yourself.